everybody, I'm your host Lisa Wolansky, and we are coming to you from the River Café. Okay, we're hanging out with Chef Andrew. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good.
Good, good. Now, we are at River Café, and tell us a little bit of history behind this place.
We've been around, and I don't want to always get it wrong, but we've been around for just a little over 20 years. We've had a variety of different styles, we'll say, that the restaurant has gone from being early concepts where we were a little bit more open-aired as a restaurant, and then a few years later after that, we kind of closed in the restaurant, and we've kind of been there for about another 15 years after that. And we try to do as much as we can for grabbing a lot of local products around, growing in our own landscape, and trying to produce everything that best showcases everything that comes from all the local growers. A lot of times I see local producers who are more friends of mine, so we're getting kind of the, it's like a mom, it's like an aunt. You see her in the street, you give her a hug, and you can't help it because you've known them for so many years, and you get it once a week, you get to see them and you talk about stuff, and it's just like visiting family every time.
You're just making that real connection, hey, to the food and to the producers.
Yeah, you find out how things are going, how their year is. It's not exactly a perfect science, Mother Nature does things, and you adjust within it. If it's either a good year for the carrots, crops are out early. Everybody's like this year, everybody's starting to harvest within the next couple days. I've heard guys are harvesting already, and they're weeks ahead of time. So it changes their family life, and you ask them how it's going just to make sure things are going good as well. So
nice. And yeah, you guys have a lot of herbs out there as well that you guys kind of just snip off and use in the kitchen. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, there's a lot of personal favorites that we have. We move products from different plantations and planters, and then we also have them in the landscape. We increased daylilies this year, so we wanted to have a little bit more fresh flowers coming up. Today we just even brought in more lovage, so we can have more lovage brought in, because it's one of my favorite ones, and I actually have it coming up right there, actually. And lovage is like a super celery flavor, so it really is nice in intensity, and it's great going into the end of summer, falls. Works beautifully with chanterelles, works beautifully with Tabor corn, so that's a great flavor component that we're getting into right now with everything coming up.
Nice. And what sort of events do you guys have going on for the rest of the summer here? Because you guys can have picnics in the park and all that kind of good stuff.
Picnics in the park, but right now it's starting to be weddings. End of August, beginning of September, it's wedding season. I think we're booked now for the next 8 to 9 straight Saturdays closed for weddings.
Wow.
So either having a ceremony out in the park, a ceremony inside, but it is booking up quickly for that. And it's actually the first year in a while that it's such a straight string of Saturdays is already being booked. So it's kind of impressive and kind of fun at the same time. So. And
you guys have some great menu items as well, too, for pushing towards the end of the summer, correct?
Yeah, and everything is kind of changing right away. We just did another menu tweak 2 nights ago. We did Tabor corn. It's coming up right now and everywhere, so that's been fantastic. And chanterelles out of Saskatchewan have just started up a couple weeks ago. So we're doing a nice pairing of chanterelles all over the menu. Tabor corn is now, so you can get into 3 or 4 different dishes. We're just always trying to kind of grab what's coming up right now. And like I just walked in this morning with some beautiful kohlrabi that's been coming up from a couple local growers in Innisfail, and they're a new style for them. So it's a lot larger, so we're working on a lot of fresh salads with that kohlrabi and getting into those products.
Nice, you're making me hungry.
I'm always hungry, so it works.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much, and we'll be back with Chef Andrew after this.
Thank you.
All right, we are now in the kitchen, and what do you got going on here?
Well, first thing is that it's still a great season right now for certain fish around Canada. So from the west coast and the Haida Gwaii area, we still have fresh halibut coming in daily.
Oh, nice.
So one of my beautiful things today is going to be a nice hot 29 degrees. So I like fresh crudos. So nice and raw halibut. Nectarine season's in, so we're going to put a little fresh nectarines with a crudo of halibut, some spice of jalapeno, a little local New Zealand style spinach, and it's a variety of spinach that has more of a succulent texture to it. So it's more of like a succulent plant and closer to like a purslane, a jade plant, that kind of idea. So the texture is really, really beautiful and holds up well to everything on the plate.
Nice. Okay. Do what you do.
Well, the first key is getting really right off the bone fresh halibut that came in this morning. I really enjoy it for a texture. It has a beautiful butteriness, and that's why a lot of people will enjoy it as a cooked fish itself. So it has a beautiful flavor. Always reminds me of spring. It brings out a lot of peas and asparagus in the flavor. So it's something that's is a perfect pairing for the butteriness of everything else that is on it.
Okay.
The fresh, crispy, acidic nature of the nectarines is something that's hard to avoid when you're putting it all together. As long as we're doing a nice quick dress on top of it. And, and crudos are mainly about the flavors of all the oils and the citrus and everything showing it off. So you get that tang, bite, and pop and everything that's going on well with it.
Because some people might be a little afraid to do the raw thing.
And they are, but when it's fresh coming in, it's going to have way more nutrients than cooking. So it's a fantastic way to use it, especially when it's in season. And we have very good luck that those that help us get different fish from around the areas are they pride themselves on how fresh they can get it to us. It's what's going to beautifully showcase exactly what the fish is all about.
Right. Now this is a little bit of a kick.
A little bit of a kick. Jalapenos from Broxburn Vegetables down in Lethbridge area. Their greenhouse produces some beautiful spiciness to the jalapenos. They have the ability with all the heat that they can produce that the Scovilles are really high in the jalapenos and the flavors are fantastic. He's been doing it for a long, long time. So it's one of my favorite things to pair it with it. And you really want to have that spicy kick to offset in the summer. You have sweet fruit, you got a nice spicy on the peppers with it too, and it all works perfect with the butteriness of the halibut.
Nice. And what would you say is your favorite summer dish here right now?
Well, we just put something on the menu a couple days ago, and it was like for the beef, and Alberta loves beef, so
Yes.
we get some beautiful beef in from a variety of different suppliers. Diamond Willow Organic we bring in from Pura Vida. It's a grass raised and grass finished product, and then Bite Beef, who is really, really new to the scene of it, but we've been working really closely with them to develop programs, and we've had a kind of end of the season with them, so we're starting up a new season with them again in 1 month, so I'm excited for that. And we have it on the menu right now pairing with some local table corn. So we do actually, because I enjoy the jalapenos in this time of year for a little heat in the summer, we have a little jalapeno and corn salad that's going with the beef. And we do some fresh chickpea fries that we made out of some organic chickpea flour, and we move that in with a few other preserved lime yogurts to kind of give it a really nice kind of summery, salady fix with the beef.
Oh, well,
Not heavy and rich, but nice and light and fresh.
There you go, light and fresh to finish off the summer with. Well, this looks great. Oh, you have just a little, some flowers.
You have to add the flowers, and for us, we grow them all around the actual property, and the pansies and the calendula and everything else kind of finishes off the dish. And in the middle of summer, when you get this coming out, it has that beautiful pop, and you just feel like a summer garden.
Lovely. Well, it looks beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
have more ShawTV coming up.